One of the nice things about collections or lists in a language like Python is that you can put variables of any type in them. You generally want to be careful and not put two different types of variables, like strings and numbers, into the same list, because then it's hard to know what to expect when you iterate through it later. But assuming that you have a list of numbers, there are a lot of things that you might want to do with it, such as find the largest number, the total, or other values like that. This code contains a list of numbers that could be the amount of points that my favorite basketball player has scored in his last several games. As an example, let's use a loop to add up all of these values and determine the total points scored. The first thing I need to do is iterate through each value in the list using a for loop. So I would put in here for point amount in the list of points scored. Now, what do I want to do with each of these amounts as I go through? I really want to add them to some kind of a running total that I could start at 0. So if I create a new variable here, running total, and initialize it to 0, I can add on to that. But if I put this right in my loop like this, it will create a problem because it would get set back to 0 at the start of each loop. Instead, I really need to put it up here before the loop, and that way it won't get reset each time. Now, each time through the loop, I want to update the running total to be whatever it was before plus the current amount. So I would write in here that the running total will be whatever it was before, that's the running total, plus the point amount. Then, when I'm all done with this, I can print it out at the end. The player has scored, and then the total will be in the running total variable, points, like that. So let's run this and watch what happens each time through the loop. I've set a breakpoint here, and I'm going to run it with Debugger so that we can see it as we go. The first thing that happens is the list gets initialized to all of its values. Now we set up the running total variable, and you can see that it starts at 0. As we iterate through the list, this point amount variable starts with the first value, 24, and as I mouse over it, you can see it pop up here. So now the running total will be assigned to whatever it was before, 0, plus the point amount, 24. So when I step over this, you can see that the new running total is now 24. So now the point amount gets set to the next value in the list, 18. The running total will now be set to 24 plus 18. We run that and we see 42. The next time through the loop, point amount will refer to the next value, 31, and now the running total will be set to 42 plus 31. Sure enough, 73. This continues for the remaining values in the list, and then when we're finished, it will print out the final total of 143 points. Because it's very common to want to add another value onto a running total like this, Python and most other languages have a special operator for it, the plus equals operator. The plus equals operator works by writing running total plus equals the point amount. With the plus equals operator, it kind of squishes the two running total variables together and puts them both on the left side. These two lines of code do the exact same thing. So if you're more comfortable with the first one, that's great. But as you do get more comfortable with programming, you'll find that the second option is actually pretty nice and clean. This program computes the total, but you could imagine following a similar pattern to compute the average or find the highest amount of points scored or a number of other tasks by defining variables before the loop that get updated during each iteration. It's worth noting that in Python, there are built-in functions that can accomplish many of these tasks that we've seen here, such as getting the total of a list. But it's important to understand this approach because it's a pattern that you'll use in different situations where there may not be a built-in function for exactly what you need.